We're back again.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 4.
Episode 4. We're moving fast. I love it.
It's going to be episode 3 when I get Eli to agree to chop off the first episode.
Are you going to say that in every episode? That's how you're going to start every episode?
What?
The first one's already out. The first one's my favorite one.
No, I'm kidding. What we're talking about today, I think, is going to be a fun topic. We're talking about the difference between rappers and MCs. What makes an MC?
Yeah.
Why is that an elevated title? What makes you an MC versus just you are rapping or you're a rapper?
Right. Well, I noticed we were using them pretty interchangeable, and I don't think they're the same.
Yeah.
You know?
They're not.
And I
agree with you.
And then even then there's certain rappers who will sing more.
Sure.
Who are like rappers, but they're also like singers. You know, they're like And does that make you qualified as more of an artist? You know, if you come in and you can sing versus just like rapping, like.
I mean, like, I'm trying to think of, like, you know, some of MCs. When I think of MCs, some of the best to be in a booth or on the microphone come to mind. And also, when I think of MC, I think of people who are speaking more to the culture, or they have not just to the culture, but maybe they're discussing heavier topics. They're really rapping about something. I feel like KRS-One comes to mind.
So to me, an MC is like,
what's the difference between
I don't
MC
know.
and
right?
rap?
So it's like Flava Flav, an MC, like so because when you're DJing, right, you're like, I'll MC too, which means
MCs.
What's the
exact?
What's the exact definition of a MC?
Well, it's funny that I just referenced KRS-One because you remember that joint. Do you remember that joint, the KRS-One? I mean, not the KRS-One, the Air Force One joint that they did. It was like 2007. Look, I'm being old head again. It was like 2007.
Okay.
And it was a promotion for Air Force Ones.
Okay.
And Kanye, I don't know if he did the beat, but he did the hook, and it was all classic.
Yeah.
And it was Kanye, KRS-One, and God, Nas and Rakim were all on the joint.
Oh, wow.
This is the difference between MC and the rap. Rappers spit rhymes that are mostly illegal. MC spit rhymes to uplift their people. Peace, love, unity, having fun. These are the lyrics of KRS-One.
And KRS-One, in his verse, actually, it's funny that I said that, says, what's the difference between MCing and rap?
Oh, wow.
You know, MCing uplifts the people. Rap is not necessarily... I was paraphrasing.
Oh yeah, so I'm stupid. MC, Master of Ceremonies. Obviously.
Oh, what it means for?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what it stands for, what it means.
Yeah. I knew
Master
that.
of Ceremony.
Yeah, okay.
I knew that. Yeah.
Okay, so Master of Ceremonies, right? So an MC can be a hype man. It can be like I feel like an MC kind of will dictate a group or a record in this way. Like maybe ad-lib started from that because you're kind of like you're not just like rapping. I think. Let's look up a definition of rapping, but at its core to me is just like, it would be,
rhyming.
If I were describing it in the simplest terms, it would be like lyrics, right? So it would be words, usually with some kind of rhyme scheme, and rhythmic inflections, not always melodic, but like just to define it in simplest terms.
Poetry to music. Poetry to music.
Right. I guess. Yeah, I mean that's cool too because I do love like a poetry jam or something like that.
Remember they used to do the Def Jam poetries?
Yeah, that's killing.
It's cool.
And certain rappers I think bring more poetry than others.
Totally.
You know.
Totally. There's some really good. There's tons of really good hip hop music that I like to joke. I say, you know, this could be hip hop for your grandma. You know what I mean? Where like. Maybe even if you bleep the curse words, the meaning behind it is it can be felt, or not only necessarily that, but you know, just some relatable, or it pulls strings at your emotions. And I think that MCs versus rap does that, and
tend to be more poetry, poetic. You think MCs?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I think of MCing, I think of like Lauryn Hill,
right?
Versus
she's working the microphone in a way.
Versus like rap, like who does Pound Town?
Yeah.
What's homegirl's name? Red, Sexy Red. What is it? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like
is it Sexy Red? Yeah.
That's not. nobody's calling her an MC.
Right.
I mean, maybe.
Well, so
I'm not trying to hate on. I'm not trying to hate on her either. I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying, like, think of like
MC.
the miseducation of Lauryn Hill, for example. You're talking about some of these MCs can sing and do other things.
Yeah.
Like, there's some gems in there
Oh my
that
God.
provide.
She was just voted like one of the best. I think the best artist.
It's like there's wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom in those lyrics. Everything is everything.
Yeah.
Some of those songs.
What about like that Mad Villain stuff or something like that?
Well, I mean, like, what about? I was just hanging
With Madlib and Mos Def.
hanging out with my boy last night. What up, Jordan Powers? And he was talking about how much
Oh,
he loves Run the Jewels.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys are spitting,
Yeah.
and so it's like,
Well, I think some of the older stuff, like, was more MC driven. Like when I think about the groups,
more hip hoppy,
the more hip hoppy groups,
like
maybe.
Far Side and
Yeah.
Tribe Called
Yeah,
Quest.
exactly.
It makes me think of like The Roots,
Public Enemy.
Erykah Badu
Yeah.
sing. Yeah, Public Enemy. Some like
Right.
that. That's political. That can get like, but see, they're saying something.
Well, yeah, but rap is you're always saying something.
Yeah, of course, but I mean, like, and I'm not dissing on club beats or beats that are strictly like dumb and fun, but like not everybody.
Can I give you I got a really funny definition here.
Yeah.
Oh, from updated March 10th, 2023, a rapper is a musician who writes and performs rap or hip hop music, which, by the way, is not a helpful definition at all.
It's quite literal.
It's when they can write intricate lyrics and speak or sing very quickly.
Are you familiar with Jordan Peterson?
Yeah.
He ends up in my Instagram feed a lot. He's dropping a lot of knowledge for grown men, and he talks about a lot of things.
Uh-huh.
But he's very like eloquent dude, and maybe it's because of the algorithm on my Instagram feed, but he was basically saying like that's why rappers are relevant, because in a lot of way they are our modern day like philosophers.
Well, I think
That's kind of a heavy euphemism. Not all of them deserve that title, but I think some of them do.
Well, I think if you're an artist, whether you chose to become an artist or like, you feel compelled to make music or whatever your medium is, there's a certain character traits that come with that. And one of the things that usually tends to come with that is being someone who asks those questions or like is pretty independent, is pretty opinionated.
Well, I brought Jordan Peterson up only because that part of that blurb that I watched, he says like one of the reasons that these rappers are, so popular, or one of the things that they have is that they are so good at taking these emotions and taking these broad, vague ideas and specifically in word, and not just in word, in rhyme, are taking these thoughts and making them linear so that you can follow it and break it down and read it if you want to, and that it's an incredible skill.
Well, to be specific, right? Like we all have these vague ideas, and the more specific, and you can narrow down if you can like create a picture, create the imagery, like take someone there or like
Bob Ross with words.
Yeah, or allow we talked about this on some other episodes, but making someone feel like they're in your world or that they can relate to. We all want to feel like we can relate to something. A true artist is like you can feel where they're coming from and get into their world. So I think it's important. Not saying, not coming at hip hop as a whole, but like the artistry needs to remain something that we put on a pedestal. We're really celebrating different artistry. We're celebrating people's attempts to, get their point across or their emotions across, and we're not all just regurgitating the same thing.
Not copying the most popular artist, which happens a lot. Like T-Pain, for example, and then everybody went auto-tune nuts. Until Jay-Z felt compelled to do Death of Auto-Tune as a song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no.
But T-Pain can sing.
No, I'm not talking trash about T-Pain.
Of course.
I'm just talking about how that happens, you know? Like, look at Future.
Yeah.
After Future came out, there's a lot of people that sounding like him.
Well, that's cool. I mean, trends in music are gonna be a thing, right?
Yeah.
But just not being afraid to express yourself.
No, but I was circling back to rappers versus MCs, and I'm not down talking rap or rappers, but it's more bass, don't you think? I mean, it's like it's almost like your white belt. If this is karate,
Yeah.
this is your white belt, and everybody, especially nowadays, 20 years ago, I used to tell people that I rap.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because I'm not African American. And, they'd be
Yeah,
like, you rap?
Right.
But nowadays, you tell people that you rap, oh, I rap too.
Yeah.
And here's my whole SoundCloud catalog.
Right.
It's like,
Well,
I got 7 albums. And I'm just like, you got more albums than me. How old are you? And
Yeah.
it's like, well, oh, great. So everybody raps. Everybody
Well,
can
I
read
think
Dr.
the
Seuss.
same thing with like jazz or anything, that might be like black, created, but it's a part of the, it needs,
Right.
it's something that now we all share collectively, and I think
Totally.
that's a beautiful thing. But when we discuss, rap and MCing, I feel like, so an MC can rap and do other things.
Right.
I think we're giving MC I don't know, I'm trying to find the definition, but I think we're giving MC like a broader thing, right? Because you could be a rapper, but not. I think it also comes from the performance space, because you
Right.
could rap, in the booth or whatever, but you might not be able to. You might not be
Do
able
a
to
show.
convince a crowd, or like. So part of
Yeah.
being an MC is captivating an
There
audience
you go.
to working a master of ceremony. Because I'm over here like, but at the same time, I could be an MC but not a rapper.
Totally. Yeah.
Right?
I
and
get-
you could
all
be
right.
a rapper and not an MC.
Right.
So I think the term MC to me is rooted in working a crowd and working the mic,
doing it all and doing
Yeah.
it all well. And
wearing a lot of hats.
I almost want to say too, like the title. If we're gonna consider you an MC versus just a rapper, I think you have to throw in there. Are you saying something that's worth a damn? Like, are you talking about? It doesn't even have to be like political or like trying to change the planet for
Yeah.
the greater good. You don't have to throw on your superhero cape.
Right.
Although some of them do. It's like DJ told me back in the day, like when you hear Biggie or you hear a Tupac song that you love, like Dear Mama,
Mm-hmm.
it's so personal. You feel
Right.
like dude is sitting in the car with you when you're listening to it. Like
Yes.
he's telling you about
Absolutely.
him and his mother and what it was like growing up. Like I got goosebumps almost thinking about some of these songs that like
Yeah.
mean so much to so many people.
Yeah.
And so if you're emceeing, then you are aware that you've gotten better at it,
Uh-huh.
maybe, and you're saying something that at least means something to you and someone else should relate to on a deeper level,
So,
or can relate to on a deeper level. Would you agree with that?
yeah, but I don't I think a rapper could do that too.
Yeah.
I think just like if you become maybe a more advanced
once,
rapper,
maybe once or twice.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I also think yes, like there's certain records that you want to almost listen to alone because they're so personal and they captivate you.
Sure.
And then there's certain like a Tupac, for instance, he can do all of it, right? He can
Right.
like depending on your emotion, you can
Right.
find a joint that you
Right.
that moves
Well,
you. And
dude was hella talented.
and I think that's what's cool too.
Yeah.
Like versus like there's some I love the ignorant type rap too.
Yeah.
So it's like there's
Totally.
a place for all of it. But as a rapper,
Like when I think of like party rappers though, like think of like there's like, and then some of the mumble rap even people love that and it was really big while you're
Yeah.
house parties, you're partying.
most of these people you might be thinking of, if you dive deep in their catalog, you'll find something that'll
pull
probably speak to you
Sure,
if you're open to that.
sure. I just think that maybe because hip hop has been around for so long, there are these two categories, and whether it was originally intended or not,
Yeah.
at this point in time, when you say MC versus rapper, the MC has to be elevated.
Yeah, I think we're agreeing that the MC can do more than just rap.
The MC in my mind is like an NBA All-Star, and a rapper could be just playing JV for their local high school.
Yeah, but also like straight bars, you could
Not only bars, that's true. You got a point. You could be just really just killing the microphone straight bars, but not be saying anything that's important.
So you think an MC is inherently saying more than just a rapper?
It's
Like,
exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So to you, a rapper is not necessarily saying anything.
Like, you could be really good at rapping and MC, ironically enough, a house party, and the song could be dope. It could be catchy and make you happy and stuff. But I mean, like, nowadays when we're discussing hip hop, that doesn't make you an MC in that conversation.
So to you, an MC is like a master lyricist, not a master of ceremonies, but maybe a master lyricist that
totally
knows how to go between flows and knows how to like go from topic to topic in
yes,
a very cohesive type of way.
If in this new like paradigm that we're discussing,
Yeah.
if I was an A&R at a big record company, I'm looking to sign more MCs
than
rappers. Like, an MC is gonna have a career. MCs are gonna have like
Huh.
whole albums that are awesome, whereas where a rapper might have like an incredible maybe a one hit
Right.
wonder, or maybe not even a one hit.
I think you're always looking for someone that's gonna show you a variety of music that
sure
and tell you why they're doing it and their journey with it, and be like, yo, listen to this dope, 90 BPM like soul record, and then
somebody like Jeezy.
Okay.
I love Jeezy's music.
Okay.
I don't know that I can, and they're
Or like
probably,
G-Eazy.
or I like G-Eazy too,
Yeah.
but I quickly went to Jeezy
Okay.
because it's kind of like, northeast trap music, because he's talking about trapping.
So
But I mean-
you associate rap with trap.
Well, maybe I don't know. Well, because he probably does, like, to your point, he
Yeah.
probably has some songs that are talking about some pretty
Yeah.
heartfelt stuff. But I mean, like, I just pulled him out of my mind as fast as I could. Compare him to Rakim.
Uh-huh.
It's like,
Well, they're different leagues, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
MC Hammer?
amazing.
Yeah.
MC Hammer, ironically enough, has MC in his name,
That's what I'm saying.
but he's a rapper to me.
See, I don't know if we're completely
See?
on the same page.
But,
here.
but you understand how I'm
I
using it.
understand. Yeah, I fully see how you're using it. I'm not sure it's the right way to be using it.
No, but I feel like nowadays when we discuss hip hop,
Because like Young
everybody
Thug
does that.
Young Thug or Gunna or one of them, or is more of a rapper to you, maybe.
Yeah, I guess maybe that is what I'm saying. That, but not only
But
because
but they're also making trap mostly, which is like inherently like more bar driven.
See, I don't think it should only be about crime, because there's been so many MCs in my mind that come from extreme urban poverty and talk and speak to that.
Well, it's not just about crime. I think it's about finding relating to whatever community you're a part of, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, I think of Mobb Deep.
Yeah, Mobb Deep, incredible.
Oh,
MC.
Prodigy,
Rapper though.
and Havoc are both MCs.
Yeah. No, it'd be interesting. We got to get some rapper people on here and see how they feel about the term.
That's a great idea.
Because I'm also you make music too, so this is
We are gonna
And
invite.
you're-
Let's do that. Let's
yeah,
invite next week.
this needs to be
we invite
yeah.
other rappers / MCs.
Yeah.
and see how they feel
well,
about.
because
this same
I
topic.
mean, you're a rapper, but you're an MC. Like the way you construct.
Oh, I'm an MC.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. There it is. I've been waiting for that. Yeah. No. Cool. That's fine.
I've been
You can
doing
self.
it for a long time. My pilot pen is lethal.
Well, the way you would we're working on some record. The way you go about writing your hooks, but also like okay, here's an example.
When I started rapping, I was a rapper. I was a shitty rapper.
You didn't understand verse, chorus, bridge, pre-chorus.
Oh, to go back to my
Yeah,
karate analogy, I was a white belt, and I think in every lane, in every music,
Yeah.
and everything that you do, like when you start out, you don't understand it all quite. Like you're learning it, so you're supposed to suck at the beginning.
The rapper might not, like I said, understand the arrangement, the construction, bringing in, hey, let's bring in a female vocalist for this hook. Like,
Ready
let's.
for this? You just help me.
Okay.
We're gonna build.
You defined it.
I'm gonna help you
Okay,
build off of that.
build it.
A rapper doesn't understand yet, not even, maybe because of a maturity level almost.
Right.
That the power of the spoken word to me is so important that what you're saying, people are going to listen to, and if it's popular,
Yeah.
and it's good, a lot of people are going to listen to it. So then, whether you want it to happen or not, you're gonna have an impact on. You're creating waves,
Yeah. Totally.
and so I think once you get nicer at rapping, and you feel more comfortable in your skin, in the booth, on the microphone, behind your pen and pad, however you write,
Right.
then you realize that you've already gone to shows, you've performed, you wrote it's one thing to write a song in your bedroom.
Yeah.
It's another thing to stand in front of 300 people on a stage, and the lights are and all you have everybody's eyes, and then you're rapping this verse. It'll sound different to
well,
you.
I think you nailed it. An MC knows how to work a microphone, knows how to work a crowd. An MC is gonna if we got a dope, band that's hitting, an MC can go up there, they can rap, they can spit, but they can also get people hype. I think the fundamental difference to me is an MC can work a microphone, has those experiences, performing maybe.
Go back to Tupac's career. I think he started to understand that, and then he starts to make, Me Against the World, Brenda's Got a Baby, or things that not only come from maybe his own personal experiences, but speak to a more important topic. Possibly. It doesn't have to always be.
I think it's a developed rapper.
Sure.
Sure. At its core, what we're saying is okay, you're a rapper, but an MC can wear more hats, has a bit more experience.
I think that's a good ending point. I think next week, to your point, we should invite rappers and MCs on and ask them is everybody using this the same way?
I don't think so. I mean, it's cool to talk about, though. Yeah. I'd be interested to hear some more opinions.
That was a good one.
Cool.
Catch y'all next week. Thanks for listening and checking in.